25. Please be on time. The halachot that we're discussing regarding giving over a job to a goy, as we said, that a person has to be kotzitz. He has to give a set amount. Goy has to know that he's going to get paid for his service, and the Jew is not allowed to tell him to do it specifically on Shabbat, and then it is permitted. The whole rule of having to set the amount beforehand is only true if he gives it to him before Shabbat in a way that he's unable to complete it before Shabbat. But if he gives it a few days before, let's say he gives it on Wednesday, he gives it on Tuesday, where he had plenty of time to complete it before Shabbat, without having for him to work on Shabbat, even if he didn't have a set amount that he designated and the goy wasn't sure and it wasn't clear, it still would be permitted. Because from the Jew's end, he had ample time to finish before Shabbat. And therefore, all the rules that we were talking about is specifically when he gives it on Friday or on Thursday and he doesn't have enough time to do the job itself. Otherwise, it would be permitted. One example that's, I guess you could say a practical example, is somebody orders something on Amazon and he orders it, say, on Wednesday, and they tell him it's going to come on Shabbat. So he's allowed to make that order because really, in theory, they could bring it to him the next day. They could do overnight and they could bring it to him. So it's true that they said, listen, it doesn't really work out for us. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring it on Shabbat, or it's going to arrive by a certain date. But at the end of the day, since it could have really arrived any of those days, it would be permissible. Especially since there's katzatz. Once you have din kitzitza, once there's a specific price that you're paying for shipping or for the product itself, which sometimes includes in it the shipping, so there's a specific amount you're paying, and it's very clear up front, and there's no doubt on it. So even if you were to order it on Friday, and you didn't tell them to deliver it on Shabbat, but they happen to have delivered it on Shabbat, it would not be something that it was not a violation to order it in such a fashion, even though there's knowledge of what they're going to do, but at the end of the day, it's their decision to do that. And if they want, they could bring it on Sunday. If they want to bring it on Sunday, that's up to them. But you didn't command them, unless you did what's called overnight, and that we're going to have to get to. When a person actually sends mail, for example, or he orders a package and he asks them, he clicks the order that it has to come by a certain time, and there's no way for it to come earlier. So, for example, he ordered it on Friday. If he would have ordered Thursday and Wednesday, so even if he says, make sure it's there by Shabbat, they could have brought it before. But if he ordered it on Friday and he expects it on Shabbat, then that's already a separate question that we're going to have to get to, Be'ezrat Hashem, on a different day.